Well, YouTubers, it's National Beater Appreciation Day, and this is my beater. And that's what we're doing. Well, it's come to my attention that there's many things I would like to die in, but dying in an old Mazda from the 90s is not one of the ways I want to go. So we're going to be doing the brakes in the front. I've already did one line because it already broke. And luckily I'm okay. So let's go ahead and take care of this whole issue today. So first things first, we need to get this front off the ground so we can move the tires, have access to our lines. Whoops, I'm gonna need this in the rear. We're gonna put one on both wheels. I'm just gonna show you this one because that's self-explanatory. And we're gonna put these jacks on the frame. I'll show you when I'm done where I put them. All right, that's where I put them. Right there on that bushing. That's part of the steering assembly. You're not gonna hurt that. And it fits nicely inside the jack's Lego hands. I forgot to loosen up the nuts before the car went up in the air. But let me show you how to fix those issues. I do this all the time. You think I would learn? No. Let's explore our situation. This is the one that I replaced last time. Goes to the back. And we need to get this guy off right here. This is going to the front. Actually, this is going to the back. This one's going to right here. So it's this guy right here that we're going to eventually have to get off. And it goes down in there to right here. This little splitter. This probably goes to the other side. And then this goes to your old brake. I think eventually I'll have to replace this too. But these don't look too bad, honestly. So one thing at a time. Let's go ahead and take this line off first. Unless you're okay with brake fluid getting all over your driveway, put a catch underneath it. It appears this one is 11. With any luck, this will come free. Because it doesn't look like it's got too much rust on this side. It's all up there. And it is coming nice and loose. That is excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. And look at that. Look how bad it was. Look, see how this broke right there? It broke right here. That's how bad that piece of crap was. We're now top side to move this guy, and it looks like it appears it's larger. It is a 13. So let's go ahead and get her off. She's free. We're now going to take the line off from right here. It is indeed the same as the other side, at 11. I'm now going to return to this side and take it off. Hey, it didn't break. So we have our lines out. And we're going to take all this crap. You don't want them away. Take all this crap to the auto parts store, and we're going to pick up some new lines. All right, we are back from the parts store. And this is what I got going on. Going to the booster, we have this guy right here. This is a 3/16. Then it goes down to a 3/8 right here. And it also is a bubble end that's going to the booster side. And the rest of these guys are all 3/8. Take our 3/16 side, and I'm going to first bend it where I want it to go. I got a lot extra than I had before, so I guess I'll go out this way. We'll start right there, and we'll just get her in there. Tighten her down later when we're done. Now as we're feeding this through, so we don't get a whole bunch of like dirt and crap inside our brake line, I'm gonna place a little piece of tape right here, like so. And we'll take it off when we're done. That way we can stick it down there. It can hit on stuff. We don't have to worry about it getting all dirty, because you don't want all that in your lines. It'll cause problems. Make sure you don't cross thread any of that. All right, so let's put her down like that. Why not? Right? That looks good. And then we'll go down there. And we're gonna take it, put that side in first, make sure it's down in there. Kind of bend it in the best direction you can. And then we are going to, see, I'm doing this one hand, so I know you guys can do it too. Try not to block here. And we make sure that it's not cross-threaded. If you can screw it in like that a couple times, you know you're good. So right now, we're just gonna leave them all in there slightly loose. We're not gonna tighten anything down right now. We are going to tape it up. I think by now you guys probably get the idea. So I'm gonna go ahead and run this, and then I'll show you guys the final result. So here's the result underneath. When you're running this, you want to make sure that it's away from anything metal, because the copper is a softer material than steel, and over time it will wear a hole in it. When I was able to use all the original mounts, they didn't break, thank goodness. You want to make sure it's away from heat, away from your exhaust, that is, your manifolds. And you want to make sure that it's free from moving parts. All this guy right here, because this will go up and down. And you want to make sure that the lines are not next to anything that is going to move. And that's why you have a soft hose coming off of your hard lines, because this is designed to give and move, and your metal lines, of course, are not. This is a 12, so let's go ahead and tighten this guy up. These things will move some as you tighten them down. You're gonna have to just go ahead and expect that. That's probably tight enough for that one. And the other lines, this is going to be a half. You're going to need that in the middle. And these other guys are going to be 7/16. Oh, sorry, 3/8. 3/8, not a 7/16. Yes, 3/8. And we're just going to go through the entire set and make sure that all our ends are good and tight before we put fluid in there. And the next step is going to be bleeding the brakes. Well, check this out, guys. On the I need a whole new caliper for the front. I went to remove the bleeder, and look what happened. It was rusted in there, and it just stripped right on out. It was all going too easy. I knew it. So I guess we're getting a caliper too. So I did find one. Of course, finding one for an old vehicle like this, had to go to a couple of places, but we got it. Okay, what I've done to pull this caliper off, I went ahead and I just moved the steering so that way it's easier to access those back bolts. And there's two bolts back here. Okay, there's a bolt right here. And there's also a bolt right here. So those are the two ones you gotta pull off. You're most likely gonna need a breaker bar to loosen them up. I've already done this off camera. Also gonna need to loosen this guy up right here. There we go. She's free. So we have a new caliper. Get rid of our old one. Let's put them right there. And luckily I had new brakes laying around on the shelf, kind of stock up and stuff like that. And the brakes have these little pads in the back. I guess that keeps them from squeaking. And then it's also going to come with these new whatchamacallits. I'm not sure what the hell they're called, but I know what they do. They keep your brakes from jiggling around, and it also gives them a surface to slide on. Put that one in the middle right there, and these guys go on the edge. And you can see how much more smooth this is than the cast iron. This keeps them from locking up. And a lot of people put oil on here. I don't have any, so we're just gonna rock it like we got it. I always put this to the back. I'm not sure it's supposed to go to the back or front. But you look at these on the Mazda, you know, it doesn't matter. They're exactly the same, really. So whatever. One right there. All right, here we go. She's ready. All right, it's time to put this guy back on there. Always make sure on the right side that this bleed goes up. Else you're never able to get the air out if it's down there. So we definitely had the right side. You guys just saw me dicking with it for a bit. It appears you want to put the top one in first because you can actually get an eyeball in the hole a little bit. Now I'll do the bottom. Just gotta slide out like this, get it in there. Much easier. I'm sure there's some torque setting on here, but I ain't looking it up. We're just gonna ride with it like this. We're gonna use torque setting tight. It does appear the new one comes with cross washers and a nice new bolt for the top. One goes on the top side, one goes on the bottom side. So now what we need to do, we need to make sure this is full. And then you want your bleed to be open. And for this part right now, since all these lines didn't have any fluid in them, you want it to drip. You want to bring all the air down and out right here before you start to pump your brakes. And you want to monitor your level and make sure that it's topped off as they're bleeding. And of course, you do it for both sides. So what we're doing now, we're bleeding the brakes. I got my neighbor Tommy. He's gonna assist us in this. So he's gonna pump them. Go ahead and pump them. And then he's gonna, yeah, he's holding. And we're gonna do this. And then loosen it up. You wanna make sure no air is in the lines. All right, hit it again, Tommy.
Go ahead.
All right. And as you can see, we already bled these off camera, but that's the process. You want to keep on doing that until there's no air coming out. And once you get pressure in your lines, you want to make sure that nothing is leaking. Check every single point in your system and make sure they're not leaking any fluid. And we're going to put our little rubber cap back on our bleeder to keep dirt out. And of course, we need to put the wheels on and then drop her down. And that's it. Only thing's left to do is take it for a test ride. Damn, I got a lot of shit to clean up.